I want to ask you a question. Do you want to start investing but don't know where to start? Do you have questions about investing? I will cover the three steps of where to start and what you should be looking for. Step one, define your goal. What is it that you actually want to be investing for? To some, this might sound pretty standard, basic sort of thing. However, what I find as I sit with some clients is they really don't have a defined amount. They don't have a defined goal of exactly what they want. Retirement and all that other kind of stuff, that's different for everyone. So it needs to be specifically for you. If you're single, sit down, write out exactly what you're looking for at a certain age or whatever. You need to define that for yourself. It needs to be written down on paper. If you're married, you got to do that with your spouse. You got to sit down and understand what retirement looks like for you, what these investments, what the purpose of these investments are. Now, here's the thing with writing this out. It can change, and it will most likely change. I know it's changed for me. When I was single, that goal of retirement and what it looked like and what the investments would do for me in those retirement years has totally changed now that I'm married. It is a totally different perspective that I have of what my retirement, not just mine, me and my spouse's retirement will look like. If you're going to invest, it needs to be for your specific goals. Not because some guy or some gal somewhere over there said that, hey, you know what, you got to get into this or you got to get into that, because that has no merit on your reason for investing. Step two is look at what that investment will actually do. So here's the thing. Your investment doesn't have to be of a financial nature in the sense of Bitcoin or Tesla stock or anything else like that. You don't need to start thinking about it in that grand scheme of things. You need to do your research on this. So some investments might be, for instance, I'm going to use my wife as an example. She has a photography studio. She has a photography business. Her investment, for the most part, is in her business. And that for her is an investment. The financial side of that investment, the majority of the money that she makes goes directly back into her business. That's her investment. Now, because she's got a savvy advisor for a husband, she also invests in a TFSA, a much smaller portion of her retirement, right? Of her investment. So she understands where her investment needs to go. Now, the TFSA is also important. It is tax-free money in retirement and it's got time to grow and all that stuff, and it can be added and it can benefit her for sure. But again, her majority of her investment is in her business. So if you're a business owner, you don't necessarily need to build up a massive RSP or anything else like that. You need to invest into the thing that is going to get you to retirement or whatever retirement looks like for you. So the overarching thing here is everyone needs to figure out what that looks like for them. Because if you don't know, again, what your investments are going to be for and how they're going to be used and utilized in your retirement plan, that's where somebody like myself, unbiased, as you've seen in the previous video that I made, third party, and I can tell you, okay, if this is your plan, if this is what your retirement looks like, these are the investments that you should be putting your money towards to benefit you today and then in retirement. Because that's key. Because then you get into tax laws, you get into estates and everything else like that. So that's key. So that's step two. And step three is simply discipline. Now that you have your goal, you've researched, you need to stay disciplined. If the majority of your money goes back into your business, awesome. Portion goes back into the TFSA, awesome. Now you stay on course regardless of what's happening, and you keep investing into your business and into your TFSA or whatever other investments that you chose that are best for you with all the advice. If you're a business owner, you do not need to invest all your money into like a fund here or there, right? You need to figure out what those investments are going to do for you and what they're going to look like. So that's, again, where an advisor does come in and can help. These 3 steps are not something that most people even talk about, or the way that they do the research. So if you're a mechanic, or if you're really good with something else, if you're woodworking, right, your investment might be into those businesses. Or if you're an employee, you then look at, okay, there's an RSP, TFSA, FHSA, you know, all these other products that are available. But again, they're so specific to you. Nobody else. I don't have 2 clients that are the same. None of their portfolios look the same because they are different in every single way. And their retirement looks different than every other client. There might be similarities, but then the risk they're willing to take on some of these investments is totally different as well. So there's a lot of variables. Step 1, figure out what your ideal retirement looks like. And then step 2, figure out the actual investment you want. That's where you do the research. That's where you sit with an advisor. And step 3, stay disciplined, long-term, making sure that you can get there. Now that you've defined it, you've understood it, boom, now it's time to carry it out. And if anything else comes along, that's where the discipline comes in. This is the kind of stuff that most people don't talk about, so I do appreciate you guys watching. And again, subscribing, liking, and commenting. So comment, what kind of investments are you guys in? What kind of things do you see that there's a benefit in? If you're out buying homes, right? And that's your business, that's how you make money. How does that happen? Where can people start? Again, I love to have these kinds of conversations, so let me know what else you would want me to talk about when it comes to this kind of stuff. But again, make sure that you guys define that goal for yourself. Nobody else can do that for you. No advisor, no parent can sit down with you and say, listen, this is what you should be aiming for, because that's specific to you. And if you don't know where to start, call me or talk to an advisor, because those are the people that can start asking the proper questions to make sure that you get to where you want to go and what retirement looks like for you. And if it changes, even more so, give me a call, because that's where I can help and I can start figuring out exactly what that looks like. Again, thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing, and I look forward to next week's video. And again, remember, Tommensense, because common sense isn't so common.